Hello. Yes, good morning, everybody. I hope you can hear my voice and also see my screen clearly. So this is the last day of the week. We do expect NFP today. So I want us to look at our charts. What I mean by NFP is non-farm payroll. It's like a news about the employment rates in the United States. So you want to check your charts, ensure that you maybe if you have a very good strategy for trading news, then you may want to trade. But if you don't have any strategy for trading news, then I do recommend you just stay aside, wait for the news to end, and then go back to trading after the news. So we'll start off with the chart on our screen. This is so on this chart, basically we are in an active uptrend. The price is supposed to be up. As you can see, we have multiple buy signals. There's buy, buy, buy. There's a sell, there's a sell, there's buy, there's a sell. There's indecision. There's a very small buy, and then we do have a very, very big buy. So from this chart, you can see that the price is basically to the upper side. But just recently, the price moved down. It moved down, then it ended up in a pin bar. And as we're speaking now, you can see that the current week's candle is actually very small compared to the previous week's candle. It's green in color, very small, and pointing upwards. So what this may do, it may push price up. We basically still expecting a second break beyond this level. This is the first break, this move here. We expect a second break above it, then a pullback before we can continue to the upper side. So this is what may likely happen. So if you're on this chart now, you should be expecting buy positions. You should be expecting buy orders. Expect price to break above, pull back, then pick a buy position. Expect that buy to take us up to 74.79. So our next chart, I want us to look at SP500. So on this chart, there is nothing much except that we are upwards. We are in an active uptrend. We had a resistance here. The price so far has successfully broken beyond it. So we are expecting more continuation to the upper side. We expect the price to continue even higher. What we want to see now is a pullback. If we want that, if the current week's candle can close beyond this red line 3992.7, then we want to see some pullback before we can continue to the upper side. So wait for price to pull back nicely up to around 39. Expect price to pull back up to around 3992.7 so that you can pick a buy position. Our target is at 5,000. So my next symbol, I'll now look at gold. So gold so far, gold we expected a sell. We did expect price to continue to the lower side. As it is now, the price continued just slightly to the lower side before pulling back to the upper side. So we do have a trend line here. This is like some flag formation, and what flag means is we are still continuing in the recent previous direction. So we had an uptrend previously. We had an active uptrend. The price moved up, entered into some range. As we're speaking now, we are still within the same range. So we want to see price break beyond this point, beyond the upper trend line, then pull back, before we can continue even higher. So if the price can break above, if the price can break above the upper trend line, then this will give us the ideal place to look for a buy from. So you're on this chart now. I recommend you keep looking for more buy positions. Expect price to continue the upper side. Technically, we are for a move up to around 20. So this is the place where we are actually expecting price to go up to. So if you're on this chart now, you are expecting more up to the upper side. We keep looking for buy positions, especially if the price can successfully break beyond the upper level. If that happens, then that would mean we are now continuing even higher. Our next symbol, I want us to look at Euro USD. So Euro USD so far, we are continuing to the lower side. We had a very significant level here, which the price was supposed not to break below. We had a level here. We had a very good level resistance. It was broken with this candle. The price came back to the same point. It bounced off from it. It opened here and then closed below it. So as we are speaking now, the price should continue to the lower side. Expect a move even lower. Expect an extension at least up to around 1.1644. So wait for a pullback up to around 1.1921 so that you pick a sell when the price gets to this point. We're expecting that sell to push us up to around 1.1644. So our next symbol is a USD. This is still upwards. You remember what we said yesterday? We said that the chart is very much to the upper side. Therefore, we don't recommend any sell positions on it. So we have this as a resistance. We have this as a resistance. We had this as a resistance. There was this candle which opened here and then it closed above. Then this week's candle, the one which is currently running, it opened somewhere there, went as low as touching that trend line before it continued upward. So as it is now, we are still in an active uptrend. We are expecting price to continue up to around 111.60. Our next target is this 113.94, and then our next target is this 118.04. So if you're on this chart now, you should keep looking for more buy positions. Expect price to extend to the upside. Expect continuation much higher. We are used to the those levels, then we'll be expecting a reversal. And if the price breaks above any of these three levels, then that will mean we are continuing in that direction. So our next symbol is GBP USD. So this chart, remember what we said earlier this week, we did expect price to close upwards. That is exactly what's currently happening. You remember we said that while the price was here, was below, was touching this red trend, this black trend line, we said we expected price to not break below it. Instead, the price was supposed to close green. So we can see now that the price is almost closing green, as we said, and that would mean the price may continue up to around 1.4252, which is somewhere here. So expect a continuation much higher. Expect price to continue up. The price needs to continue up after a bounce from this point. The price needs to continue up and even break above 1.4252. Then pull back for continuing to the upper side. So this should be the end of today's session. I will meet again on Monday at the same. So thank you. See you.